Darth Krayt, one of the most complex and ambitious figures in the Star Wars expanded universe, stands apart from other Sith Lords due to his vision of unity and transformation within the Sith Order and the galaxy. Born as Asherad Het, a Jedi who survived the Purge and later embraced the dark side, Krayt represents a fusion of traditional Sith ideology with a radical shift in doctrine that challenges millennia of established Sith practice. Central to his reign was the Rule of One, a guiding principle that redefined the Sith under his leadership and reshaped their role in galactic history. Krayt's journey from Jedi to Sith Lord was marked by a series of traumatic experiences, betrayals, and revelations that ultimately forged his belief in the need for unity and control. As a Jedi Knight during the waning days of the Galactic Republic, Asherad Het grew up steeped in the warrior traditions of his Tusken Raider heritage. His time among the Tuskens, combined with his Jedi training, made him a skilled combatant and a charismatic leader. However, the rise of the Galactic Empire and the devastating effects of Order 66 left him disillusioned and directionless. In his exile, Het confronted the harsh realities of a fractured galaxy, eventually succumbing to the lure of the dark side. His transformation into Darth Krayt was not just a personal metamorphosis but a response to the chaos he perceived around him. The Rule of One emerged from Krayt's belief that the traditional Sith philosophy, embodied by the Rule of Two established by Darth Bane, was fundamentally flawed. The Rule of Two dictated that only two Sith, one master and one apprentice, could exist at any given time, ensuring that the apprentice would eventually challenge and replace the master in a cycle of death and rebirth. While this ensured the survival of the Sith in secret, Krayt viewed it as inherently limiting, preventing the Sith from achieving their full potential. The constant infighting and betrayal weakened the Sith Order, making it vulnerable to external threats and internal collapse. In contrast, the Rule of One emphasized unity under a single guiding will, Krayt's. Rather than allowing for rivalries that could undermine the Sith, Krayt envisioned a monolithic order where all Sith served the greater purpose of the one Sith. In this framework, individual ambitions were subordinated to the collective strength of the Order, and loyalty to Krayt was paramount. This approach transformed the Sith from a clandestine cult into an organized, militarized force capable of waging large-scale war and asserting control over the galaxy. By eliminating the internal strife that had plagued the Sith for generations, Krayt sought to create a stable, enduring empire under his rule. Krayt's Rule of One also had profound implications for the structure and ideology of the Sith. He abandoned the traditional dichotomy of master and apprentice in favor of a hierarchy where all Sith were trained to serve the Order. This democratization of the Sith ranks allowed Krayt to amass a vast following, recruiting Force-sensitive individuals from across the galaxy to bolster his forces. At the same time, he maintained an elite inner circle of Sith Lords, ensuring that he retained absolute authority while delegating responsibilities to trusted lieutenants. This blend of centralized power and distributed agency allowed the One Sith to operate with remarkable efficiency, coordinating their efforts to destabilize the Galactic Alliance and seize control of key territories. The culmination of Krayt's vision was the Sith Imperial War, a conflict that reshaped the political landscape of the galaxy. By manipulating the remnants of the Empire and exploiting divisions within the Galactic Alliance, Krayt orchestrated a coup that placed him at the head of a new Sith-controlled regime. From his throne on Coruscant, Krayt ruled with an iron fist, implementing policies designed to consolidate his power and enforce loyalty. His reign was marked by the imposition of Sith ideology across all aspects of life, with dissent ruthlessly suppressed and the Sith doctrine propagated through fear and indoctrination. Krayt's pursuit of galactic domination was not merely an exercise in conquest, but a means to achieve his ultimate goal, the eradication of death itself. Plagued by a condition known as Yuuzhan Vong coral seed infection, Krayt was in constant agony and faced the prospect of a slow, painful demise. This affliction drove his obsession with immortality and shaped his policies as ruler. He sought to harness the power of the dark side not only to extend his own life but to reshape the galaxy according to his vision. Krayt's belief in his own indispensability justified the extreme measures he took to maintain control, as he saw himself as the only one capable of bringing order to a chaotic galaxy. However, Krayt's reign was not without resistance. The remnants of the Jedi Order, led by figures such as Cade Skywalker, posed a significant challenge to his authority. Cade, a descendant of Luke Skywalker, became a symbol of defiance against Krayt's regime, embodying the enduring spirit of the Jedi in the face of overwhelming darkness. Krayt's interactions with Cade were particularly poignant, as they represented the clash between two opposing philosophies: the selfless compassion of the Jedi and the ruthless pragmatism of the Sith. Despite his attempts to corrupt or coerce Cade into joining the One Sith, Krayt ultimately underestimated the resilience of the Skywalker legacy. Krayt's vision, while audacious and innovative, was not without its flaws. His reliance on fear and control as tools of governance bred resentment among the galaxy's inhabitants, leading to widespread rebellion and dissent. Additionally, the hierarchical structure of the One Sith, while more stable than the rule of two, was not immune to infighting and betrayal. Krayt's inner circle was rife with ambition, and his subordinates frequently vied for power, undermining the unity he sought to establish. Ultimately, Darth Krayt's rule of one left an indelible mark on galactic history. It challenged the traditional boundaries of Sith ideology and redefined what it meant to wield power in the Star Wars universe. While his empire ultimately crumbled under the weight of its contradictions and the resilience of its opponents, Krayt's vision offered a stark reminder of the seductive allure of unity and the dangers of unchecked ambition. His legacy, like the Sith themselves, remains a testament to the enduring struggle between order and chaos, light and darkness. Despite Darth Krayt's initial successes, his grand vision began to unravel as resistance movements grew in strength and coordination. Central to this resistance was the Galactic Alliance Remnant, a coalition of former Galactic Alliance members, Imperial defectors, and Jedi forces. These groups, though disparate, shared a common goal: the overthrow of Krayt's Sith regime and the restoration of freedom to the galaxy. Their efforts culminated in a series of decisive confrontations that exposed the vulnerabilities in Krayt's seemingly invincible empire. Krayt's leadership style, while effective in rallying his followers and enforcing loyalty, also fostered an undercurrent of discontent. Many Sith within the One Sith Order chafed under the absolute authority of their master. While the rule of one demanded unity, it could not entirely suppress the individualistic tendencies that were intrinsic to Sith philosophy. This simmering discontent manifested in moments of treachery, as ambitious Sith lords sought to challenge Krayt's supremacy or carve out their own fiefdoms within the Empire. Krayt's iron grip kept these factions in check for a time, but the seeds of rebellion were sown even within his inner circle. One of the most significant threats to Krayt's rule came from Cade Skywalker, who possessed a unique ability to heal through the Force. Krayt, obsessed with curing his Yuuzhan Vong-induced affliction, believed that Cade's power could be harnessed to save him from his deteriorating condition. The Sith Lord's attempts to capture and manipulate Cade became a focal point of his reign, as he saw the young Skywalker as both a threat and a potential tool to secure his immortality. However, Cade's defiance and refusal to succumb to the dark side proved a constant thorn in Krayt's side, undermining his authority and galvanizing the resistance against him. The climactic battles between Krayt's forces and the Allied resistance highlighted the fragility of his empire. Despite the Sith's overwhelming numbers and their domination of key galactic sectors, the unified efforts of the Jedi, the Galactic Alliance Remnant, and Imperial loyalists created cracks in the foundation of the Sith regime. Strategic victories by the Resistance, coupled with rising internal dissent among the Sith, weakened Krayt's hold on power and emboldened his enemies. Krayt's pursuit of immortality ultimately became his undoing. His fixation on transcending death blinded him to the broader realities of his empire's precarious state. While his subordinates carried out his orders and managed the day-to-day affairs of the empire, they lacked his vision and authority, leading to inconsistencies in governance and military strategy. Krayt's attempts to extend his life through Sith alchemy and dark side rituals consumed valuable resources and alienated even his most loyal followers, who began to question the wisdom of his priorities. In the final confrontation, Krayt faced his greatest challenge: a coalition of Jedi, Sith defectors, and freedom fighters who had united to overthrow his regime. The battle, fought on Coruscant and other pivotal locations, was a testament to the resilience of those who opposed tyranny and the inherent instability of Krayt's rule of one. Despite his formidable power and the loyalty of his most devoted followers, Krayt could not withstand the combined might of the Resistance. His death marked the end of the One Sith's dominance and the beginning of a new era for the galaxy. Krayt's legacy, however, is far from straightforward. While his empire ultimately collapsed, his ideas and methods left a lasting impact on the Sith and the galaxy as a whole. The rule of one challenged the traditional Sith dogma and demonstrated the potential for the Sith to operate as a cohesive force rather than a secretive and fractured order. Krayt's emphasis on unity and discipline inspired future Sith leaders, even as his failures served as a cautionary tale about the dangers of overreach and the corrupting influence of absolute power. The galaxy's recovery from Krayt's reign was neither swift nor simple. The damage wrought by the One Sith, both in terms of physical devastation and psychological trauma, left scars that would take generations to heal. Yet, the resilience of those who opposed Krayt, Jedi, rebels, and ordinary citizens alike, proved that even in the darkest of times, the spirit of hope and resistance could endure. Krayt's dream of eternal domination may have died with him, but his actions reshaped the Star Wars universe, setting the stage for new struggles and new heroes to emerge in the ongoing battle between the light and the dark.